Hello guys, welcome back to this tutorial. And today I want us to talk about this whole concept of forex trading. So I've met so many people asking me so many questions about forex trading. Some are asking me that is forex trading real. Some are asking me that can I make money trading forex. Some are asking me that how much money can I make when I trade forex. And guys, I want to answer all these questions in this tutorial before I go to discuss the concept that I want us to discuss here. The concept that I want us to discuss here. So to answer such kind of questions, let me come up with this story, right? Let me come up with this story. Long time ago, during the times of our grandfathers and their grandfathers, we used to have what we call communal way of living, right? Or we had a lifestyle called communism. So what happened during those days? People used to be going to the forest to hunt animals so that they can do what? They can make their living. So that they can make their living. And as they were going to the forest to hunt, some were remaining at home to do what? To till the land. So those who are remaining at home to till the land used to produce some foods for what? For just for subsistence purposes, right? For subsistence purposes, right? When I say subsistence purposes, I mean they are just producing the foods too, so that they can do what? They can have food to eat at home. So even though some are producing goods to do what? To exchange them with other goods at the markets, but most of the people, they were doing what we call subsistence farming. So what normally happened is that those guys who are going to the forest to do what? To do hunting, they were we used to call them hunters and gatherers. We used to call them hunters and gatherers because this is when that is those are the names that we were told as we were studying history in schools, right? So these hunters and gatherers, when someone, let's say, needs to do what? To get an animal, from the forest, they used to come back home, right? They used to come back home because you can't sleep in the forest yet you have done what? You have not catch, you have not come out with anything. So literally you'll get out of that forest and go home and try your luck tomorrow. So we have this that they were lucky to get an animal from the forest. So these ones that were used to, these ones that got something from the forest, they had some, okay, there was some kind of a memorandum of understanding, or a kind of a covenant, right? A kind of a covenant, if I can use that word. So they used to agree that if I go to the forest and I come out with nothing, you should do what? You should support me, right? Let's say I went with you to the forest, you got something from the forest, right? Maybe you got a rabbit, and me, I didn't come out with anything, right? So you will share with me that rabbit that you have done what you have got from the forest, right? You share with me that rabbit, and as you share with me that rabbit, you will keep that memory. You will keep that memory that you did what you shared with me. You shared with me your hunt, right? You shared with me your hunt. So that memory was a kind of having what having some moneyness in it, right? Was having some moneyness in it. When I say moneyness, this means that it was a kind of a transaction that someone had to benefit from the from the from the thing that they were exchanging, right? Someone had to benefit. So if suppose I had I had a rabbit from the forest, I killed a rabbit from the forest, right? Then I come and share with you. It was that memory was recorded in me. That memory was recorded in me, and that memory was recorded in me in a way that uh, next time if I go to the forest and I don't get anything, I will share. You will share with me what you would have got from the forest, right? Because it was something hunting, guys, is something that when you go to the forest to hunt, is an activity that is has randomness, right? Is an activity that has randomness. There's no guarantee that when you go to hunt, you will come out with an animal. You'll come out with something to eat. There is some kind of randomness in that activity. You can get in there and you do what? You come out with nothing. But your friend can get in there, and they do what? They get something out of it. So through this communal way of living, people used to do what? To share what they were getting from the forest, and that kind of sharing uh, enabled so many people to initiate a kind of a type of a memory that, you know what, yesterday I came out with something and I shared with you. Today you have come out with something, also share with me. That's how the element of moneyness started. That's how the element of moneyness started. Because once I share with you and I keep that memory that you owe me something, right? That is already an aspect of moneyness, right? So what am I trying to explain here? That is how the that's how this concept called money, this concept called money, or the concept of money started developing. So people continued that way until there was a way that they decided that, you know what, let us not use our memory as a store of value, right? Because if I share with you my hand, that means that I've stored that the value of my hand in a memory, right? In my memory, so that when you go to hunt, tomorrow and get you do what you have to do it to pay me back, right? That is the kind of life though those guys were doing, what were living. So this aspect of moneyness developed until some things were introduced, right, to replace those memories. And those things that were replaced, in most parts of the world, people used to do what? To use seashells, right? Some people use seashells, some people use the gold, some people use some other ornaments, so that those stuffs could be used as what? As a store of value whenever any transaction was happening around, right? whenever any transaction was happening around. And guys, I want to be brief with this story because I want us to discuss right away what I want to the knowledge that I want to put across. So we had some kind of we started having some kind of manipulations around the stuff that were being used as a medium of transaction, right? We had started some kind of there were some kind of manipulation that started happening around. So you can find that maybe somebody gave you what? Gave you two sacks of maize, right? Gave you two sacks of maize because you didn't maybe harvest in a certain season, right? So for you to do what? To to for that person to hold you accountable that you owe them something, you could give them maybe things like seashells or gold or even animals, right? Some types of animals. So as I'm saying that we had some kind of manipulation that started happening. People used to go maybe somewhere. You can find that for example, things like seashells. You can find that people from areas like from the coast area, we used to have so many seashells from those areas. So somebody can come with even 50 what 50 bags of what 50 bags of seashells and give you, and they demand that you give them what you give them 5 bulls, right? Or 3 cows. So this person literally they had no they had no struggle in getting these seashells. They had no struggle because they could just go where they can get them easily, like at the coast, and do what? Pick them and bring them to you. So you can find that the person who was having these bulls was making a loss in some way, was making a big loss in some way, because there were some kind of manipulation that were happening around. Someone can come today with the 20 bags of seashells, tomorrow they come with another 100 bags of seashells, the other day they come with another bag of seashells. So you can find that we had a big number of circulation of seashells in certain area. You see, till the value of those seashells started to do what? To lose, to depreciate. Their value started to do what? To depreciate or to weaken. The value of those seashells started to do what? To weaken. So you can find that the people who are holding those seashells, they were now becoming the losers. The people who are being given the seashell, and in exchange they give out maybe their valuable goods, things like cows or goats. They were the ones who are making losses. So through these manipulations, people introduced other stuffs as medium of exchange, and that's how we came up with things like gold, right? Things like gold. So you can find that uh, the energy that you can use to make a gold, to fetch it and create it is a lot. It needs a lot of energy, it needs a lot of time, and also gold is a very scarce thing that you cannot just get it easily. So you can find that at least in the manner of using gold as a medium of exchange, we started having some fairness. Right? But as the days passed by, still manipulation uh, took the center stage, right? Still the manipulation started doing what? Still started happening during the eras of gold as a medium of exchange, right? For some goods and services. So you can find that uh, gold was introduced, then people were told that instead of maybe working with that gold, let us produce some coins or some notes. So instead of you having the gold sacks of gold on your back as you go somewhere to buy goods or to buy services or to buy other stuffs, you could take your gold maybe to the bank, and the bank gives you what? Gives you some coins or some notes. But you can see, guys, the situation just continued, and we still had some more issuance of notes and uh, and what and go more issuance of notes and coins. So through this kind of through through this kind of inflation, uh, people found out that they are still doing what? They are still making losses in their endeavors or in their businesses. So you find that we reached an era whereby we found out that the the value of the value of money that they were holding was getting was getting was getting lower and lower, or the value started depreciating as compared to the to so many stuff that they were being distributed, like the things that they were being exchanged for that matter, right? Things that they are being exchanged for that matter. So what am I trying to explain here? I want us to discuss this thing called forex trading, right? I want us to discuss this thing called forex trading. So how did the forex started? Forex simply means foreign exchange, right? Forex simply means foreign exchange. And what is foreign exchange? Foreign exchange is simply the exchange of national currencies, right? You can find that we have people who do business with the international markets, right? You have people who do what? Who do who do who do businesses who do businesses who do businesses with the international markets. So these people, they normally do what? They normally have some type of mode of exchange that they use to do what? To do transactions, whenever they want to do what? Then whenever they want to run their businesses. So what normally happen is that for you to do a business maybe with a certain market, let's say you want to do your business with a market in USA, or with a market which is in Europe. What you will do, you will exchange your national currency with the currency that of the nation that you want to do that business with, right? The currency of the nation that you want to do that business with, or the market that, let me just use that word, the you will exchange that currency with one of the nations of the national country that you want to do that business with. So let's say you want to buy things from Japan, or want to buy things from Europe, or want to buy things from United Kingdom. So if you are in Kenya, you will go to the bank. Then in the bank will buy for you a euro. Let's say you want to do a business with a market that is in Europe. So the bank will buy for you the euro, right? And as the bank buys for you the euro, guys, they can't just buy for you the euro and then they give you that euro just like that. No. Remember that banks are in business, right? Banks are in business. Like you yourself, you are getting into the business with the international market. So what the bank they will do, they'll go to the forex market. They'll go to the forex market and find the good rate that they can buy that euro that you want. Then they buy that euro and sell it to you. They can't give you that euro for free. They will sell you that euro, right? So what the bank has done there, they have done what? They have done what we call foreign exchange. And that's where the term forex derive from. That's where the term forex derive from. So forex is just in simple words, just foreign exchange, right? So how does the banks makes their profit when they sell you their euro that they have bought, that they have bought that you want? They will do what? They will sell you at a rate, at a certain rate. And that rate, it means that we have some money that will be deducted from the money that you want to buy the euros with, which will incur as a cost for you buying that euro. Let's say you want to buy euro that are worth 500,000 Kenyan shillings. So the banks will just take your 500 Kenyan shillings, then they go to the forex market and find out the good rate that they can buy that euro. After buying that euro, right, they'll do what? They'll come back and sell it to you at a certain rate, or at a certain commission. They will deduct their commission, or they'll deduct the rate that they bought that euro. They deduct the rate that they are selling you that euro. They deduct the rate that they are selling you that euro. So what will happen? Suppose let's say you bought euros that are worth 500,000 Kenyan shillings. So you may end up maybe being given euros that are worth 460 and 60,000 Kenyan shillings. Then they take 40,000 as their commission, right? They take 40,000 as their commission. Okay? So what will happen in the forex market is that banks don't have all the currencies in their let me use the word, in their coffers or in their stores. So they'll go to the forex market. In that forex market, we have some sellers there. And those sellers are people just like you, people like me, and other people, and other financial institution. Let's say, for example, the time that somebody wanted the euros to go and buy things in Europe, me as a trader, I was in the market at that time, doing what? Holding a position, maybe holding a sell position. So what I will do when that that when when that when that when that demand is there, I'll do what? I'll be fortunate to do what? I'll be fortunate to sell them.